Hi there, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make my version of Frito pie with the help of my husband's hands. Yay! Because I couldn't do this with two hands, so I went with this. Alright, first thing you want to do to avoid spillage is go ahead and put it on your 3,000-year-old cookie pan. Because it says, if you can see here, it plainly says support the bottom, or you will be wearing it and you'll have a hella mess. This is the size pan we got. It's a 13 by 14. You can read. Hopefully there's no illiteracy here, except for on my part. And if I sound raspy, y'all, after the hospital and the doctor stuff ordeal, not only do I have kidney stones, this is a chronic disease vlog, but today we're mixing it up. I found out I got tonsil stones. Google it, it's insane. So if I sound funny, we now know why. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to have my husband do is, most recipes, they put the Fritos down dry, and what that does is it burns them, and then it just ruins the whole thing, because this is an acidic dish. So the first thing I'm going to do is to get my husband to spread a small layer of the manwich sauce on the bottom. That way you have something for the Fritos. Go ahead and just spread it. You can use the whole can, babe. So while he's pouring the manwich, I use the can openers that take the whole seal out, because if you don't, the way he's doing that, you'll rip up your silicones. So what he's doing now, before we put the Fritos in, because Fritos really, this recipe has many variations. Most people use corn, but someone come up with the idea, and I'm using those. So my husband will present each product as it goes. Do you think that's enough, dear?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Oh, we're so British today. Alright, now,
I'm Julia Child.
I have Julia Child in the kitchen. Now, hold it up to the camera for me, babe. Just right there. Want to take we're going to take a bag, and we're going to spread it thinly across the manwich. Make sure you get an even coverage, because you don't want them all in one plop. You can spread them with your hands for better accuracy. Okay. Try to use the whole bag, because this is going to be your rock solid bottom base. So as you can see, it's got a little bit of wetness, so those don't burn. If you see a recipe that says put Fritos first, they're going to burn. And burnt tomato stuff is no good. Now what we're going to do is, because we want, there's a trash bag, honey, right in front of the toaster. Bring it over here, hang it off that knob, and then you can trash as you go. Go ahead and get the manwich out of frame, please. Okay. Then what we want to do is, because I need a little bit of oil, and shredded medium cheddar will give off a little bit of grease. So now I'm going to get the husband to spread this. He's over there drinking his Coors, making this video longer than it has to be. I have to nag my wife. So now he's going to take the cheddar, and he's going to spread it evenly. I like the rustic cut, but apparently where we live you can't get the blends. I don't like these. I know it says it would be the same pound. Like, what's the difference between 10 pound of feather and 10 pound of brick? Well, they're both 10 pound, but here he's using a rustic or a thicker cut. I don't like this little skinny, because I like to be backed up for a week, because we all like to eat cheese. But this goes in it too, but not at this time. So now that we have that, we want to take, and I went ahead and cut these up. You can use your hands. They put, hold up, we're having some issues here.
One moment, please. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Okay, my husband's going to take his hands, and yes, we washed our hands, and he's going to sprinkle half of that, because this is a layered dish. And you got to have some vegetable. You can't just eat straight meat and cheese all the time, or you'll be praying for a BM. Or you might be opposite. So he's only going to use half, because we still have another layer to blend. Alright. And at this, and then I didn't, sorry y'all, I got throat stones and a very bad voice box discord. Now these are chives that we bought prepared, but I had to cut them. Now what he's going to do is he's going to take half of that and spread that right on top of them bell peppers, and that's going to be like your Ameriquois. I think that's the culinary wording for it. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take 1 can of Hormel chili with his spatula. Thank you, dearest. He didn't want to be my cameraman, but I said, can you be my hands? So you want to spread that evenly, because this is, again, you don't want this so dry that it turns into a stone. So before I forget, you bake it on 400 for 30 minutes. Or until the top layer of cheese melts, but definitely keep it in there 30 minutes. 350, I say 400. It depends on if you have a hot oven. And if it doesn't cover all the way, you can also, at this point in time, I took, hand me those empty cans, honey. Just leave your thing in there. Hold those empty cans up. Now what I did here is I took Rotel, a can of tomato paste, and I mixed it in here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take an entire, okay, do we have enough chili? I'm kind of stuck. So now, well, I thought I did my spices. I'm going to rotate the hubby to dig out 1 teaspoon, and sprinkle it across there. Just 1 teaspoon, because you don't want this to like blow your colon out or give you, if you have stomach issues, get the Pepto out. Sprinkle, oh my Lord.
I'm not a good sprinkler.
It's okay. Don't mix it, just keep spreading.
It's spreaded.
Here,
I'm not doing it no more.
Okay. Will you move this before I knock it over?
No.
Don't be mean. You're supposed to be in love. Alright, let me try to give him a hand.
My sprinkler.
Anyway, I'm assuming that was a teaspoon.
It was.
So now, you want to take paprika, because if you got all your seasoning in the middle, plus the Hormel and the other stuff has flavoring. So what you want to do here is you can sprinkle that, start in one corner, honey, and go to the other. Give it a good little peppering, because paprika's not strong. Get it in the corners, because the corners are going to be, everybody likes the end pieces. Okay, whoa. Alright, so there's that. And now we want to sprinkle, now we're going to use McCormick Taco Blend. And he's going to sprinkle that somewhat lightly. Definitely get in the corners. Because, you know, in the South, we season everything, honey, including our sweet tea. You're not getting much out. What's going on? There he goes. He had to put some ass in it. Okay, right around into there, honey. Don't forget the corners. Alright, so now we're done there. Now, next we want to do is spread the tomatoey. And this is tomatoey, but we want to put a thin layer and spread it evenly, especially in the corners. I know I've said corners a lot, but this is just prep. There will be a part 2 when it comes out the oven and I plate it up. My husband's so good to me, y'all. As some of you know, this is a chronic illness vlog, but I also do a lot of funny shorts. Check them out. But a lot of times, you know, it's good to have the love of a good man because he takes care of me and brings me food in bed. If you've been following my channel, you see he brings me food in bed. The Lord blessed me today, and I was able to come in here and get all this gathered. And all right.
All of it in there?
No, not right now.
Okie dokie, man.
Okie doke. Okay, so now what we want to do. Okay, he's taking a beer break, and I'm taking a sweat break. Whew. Okay, in a day now. I know. He didn't want to do this. He's worked hard all day. And so now we want to take one bag and spread that evenly across all that you just saw. Don't you like my black diamond ring? Okay, make sure to get it in the corners.
Always about them corners.
I'm only using one bag. There you go. Very good. Don't forget the corners. And you're allowed to use your hands. So there's your other layer. Excuse me, y'all. I'm seeing the doctor next week. This stuff's choking me out. Alright, so at this point in time, we want to throw another bag of your, and you can use plain. You can even use barbecue. It don't matter as long as it's chips. I prefer these because I'm making it like Tex-Mex. So now you want to do is spread those evenly all across, but not too much because we still have a layer, another layer. So just put just a little bit, honey.
Okay.
Okay. We may not even use a whole 2 bags, and that's okay because I ate a half a bag last night. And with no teeth, I tore my mouth up, so that looks like that's going to be enough, honey. Okay, and now you want to take your second can of Hormel. Show me the brand label. You want to take a second can of this. Give me 5. Love you. Okay, and spread this across that. And I'm like, yeah, that'll probably save for something else with my hacky food hacks or my wacky food hacks. And as he's spreading this, before we do the final stage, and we'll just take a little, I'm so hot. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna cool off because, whew, when you're with sickness, you either stay freezing cold or burning up, and I can do both at the same time. I think that's why I'm insane. You think that's why I'm crazy, babe?
Oh yeah, you definitely crazy.
I'm a crazy bitch. He said. You crazy too. But 2 people crazy in love, hey, it's all good. And so while I make these for my channel and my peeps, it's also something I wanted to make for my husband, but sadly my wheelchair got in the way of me trying to do. So now we want to take the rest of the bell pepper and chive and spread that across the wet mix. Trying to get in the corners again, because everybody likes the corner piece. And then a little bit over there in the middle. I asked him to go ahead and get pre-cut so this video wouldn't be but X amount of minutes. So that's all good. You need a paper towel, huh? Okay. Then you want to add the rest of the chives. Just sprinkle them in and around like Salt Bae. I don't think husband's aware of that meme. Do you know who Salt Bae is, honey?
Don't give a...
Yeah. He's not like some of us. He stays on TikTok, which I told him is for 12-year-olds, but...
Yeah, if you say so.
Yeah.
And who does Mario Brothers all day?
Me. And what else? And what else? What else do I do? I vlog. Food for my husband.
Yeah, food for your hubby.
Okay, so now what we want to do is take that layer of salsa and drip it across. And this will add more tomato, more acidity, so get the Pepto ready.
Gotta get them corners.
Gotta get them corners. Hey, get up the sides. Looking at, oh, great, I just stuck my finger on the side of it.
No.
How about over here where it's, well, he can spread it. Here's your spoon, hon. Oh, wait a minute, you have your little red thingy here. So while he's doing that, let me see what I can do. I'd like to say I helped prepare, but he didn't want to be a cameraman, and one time he cameraed me, and he got me in it, so I just need his hands, and God bless his hands, because he went out and bought it. So the last thing we want to do, we're not going to go crazy with that, because that's going to, those spices that are down here somewhere are going to mirror up. So just lightly dust the entire surface, and I mean lightly, because the peppers, the onions, and the spices, but you don't, and I don't add no salt. I'd say go, yeah, there you go, until it's noticeable, and then that's going to be about it, because we're going to be shooting fire and hemorrhoids going to be dragging. Good Lord, I know I did not say that. All right, and then last but not least, because there's so much cheese under it, and the corn chips, if it's cooked correctly, you know you got it right when they're mushy. So you want to take, excuse me? You want to take the second bag of this, and again, the rustic cut is better, but we just can't find it. We live in an area, here you go, honey, if you could spread that, I'd appreciate it greatly. Thank you for your help. We live way out in a rural area, and there's like 6 little towns, and we're just a community, so everybody, we only have Walmart and 1 grocery store, so it's hard to find stuff. And there's a gnat torment in my face. This I'm going to put up and use in another recipe, because we do eat a lot of chili here. We are chili heads, like chili beans. I eat a lot of that Campbell's Chunky. And so you saw everything, okay? This is the final touch. And there will be a part 2 after it is cooked and it's been, you know, everything's been put away. There'll be a part 2 called Frito Pie, Southern style. Do you know when I opened those, there was cheese within the Ziploc part of the bag? Yeah. So as you can see here, and just for, and we're done with all that. So, all right, hubby. I'm going to take over now for a minute. So now what you want to do, this is it. Let me see if I can grab a screenshot. I'm too scared to grab a screenshot because I'm afraid I might hit the wrong one. But anyway, this is everything. Oops, sorry. This is how you put it together. Put it in the oven. 350 to 400, depending on if you have a hot or cold oven. Old school cooks know this. I would say a good 350 to 400. Check it at 30, but this needs to be melted. So once it's cooked for 30 minutes on 350 to 400, watch it at 30. If you think it needs 10 more, you can go 10. Again, it depends on your oven. So once this is said and done, I will be back to show you how it turned out. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for part 2.